Have you ever sat on a study desk to study and then you find yourself taking a 5-minute break and then you end up scrolling until you go like, you know what, now I'm tired. I'll start studying tomorrow. And then tomorrow it's tomorrow. Tomorrow it's tomorrow. At the end of the year, you're still here. So I am here to help you. As you guys know, my name is Sis Londo. I am a medical student and I love helping young people. So today I'm going to be giving you the perfect study routine to make sure that you perform your optimum. I mean, cream de la cream. I mean, top achievers of top achievers. So that is what I'm going to be teaching you. And this is also based on my own experience and things that I have used in my own personal academic journey. So I hope this helps you out. If you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe because we are a family filled with love. And we also have a WhatsApp channel. So if you want to join the WhatsApp channel, it's an accountability platform in which you're going to find like-minded people who want to do great in their academics. So for that access to go into the academic channel, which is on WhatsApp, I'm just going to attach the link on the comment section. So when you view the comment section, the first comment that I pin is going to be the access to the WhatsApp channel. Okay, so let's get on right with it. So obviously, as you guys know, I usually write things down so that I don't forget anything. I want to make sure that whatever I tell you, you have it. Okay, so the first tip that I'm going to be giving you before we even start with the actual study routine is that, let me tell you something, consistency is better than intensity. And if you have watched most of my videos, you know that that is one of my favorite phrases because it is so functional for an academic. Let me tell you something, it is better for you to show up to your study desk each and every day than to only show up 10 hours once a week. You're doing nothing. You are doing nothing. It is better for you to show up, at least let me show up 30 minutes, then tomorrow you show up 4 hours, then the other day you show up 6 hours, the other day you show up maybe 30 because you are tired, the other day is a Friday, so you go like, okay, today let me just take a break, but you come back the next day. Than for you to show up only on Mondays and then you study for 10 hours, you're doing nothing. And that is the honest truth about studying. You have to keep showing up each and every day. Sometimes I show up and I know that I don't have the energy to study, but irregardless, because I know that discipline is more important, it is more important for me to just show up than for me to not show up at all. Okay, so the second thing that I want us to talk about is your actual study time. Let me tell you something. Besides the fact that you are a student, you have to acknowledge the fact that you are a child of God. You have to maybe have your time with God, time with friends, time with family, time to eat, time to bath. You get what I'm saying? So here is a lesson that my teacher when I was in high school taught me. He sat me down and he said, Londo, how many hours do you spend in the morning before you come to school? And I was like, I usually spend 1 hour to bath, you know. I like to relax. And then he's like, okay. And then I'm like, okay, 30 minutes to dress up and then 30 minutes to eat breakfast. So I spent 2 hours in the morning to get ready to go to school. He looked at me. He took the calculator. He was like, 2 hours times 7. Times 4. It means in a month I spend 56 hours getting ready to go to school. When I learned that, I was like, what? So he's the one who actually taught me that there are some things that are not necessary for you to just have a lot of time doing them. For example, bathing. 30 minutes to bath is more than enough. 15 minutes should be like enough. Another 15 minutes to dress up. So that is the same thing that I'm now using in medical school. I really don't have time to be spending in the bathtub for an hour while I have a lot of books and I have a lot of things to do in that specific day. Medical school is like so saturated that if I don't show up and I don't show up in my study time, I am doomed. So I cannot afford to do that. So please go back and look at the things that are important to you. For example, bathing is also important, but it's also important for you to limit the amount of time you spend in the bathroom. It's also important for you to limit the time you waste. Some people waste a lot of time. For example, I used to go to school. Even now, I go to school using a bus. My campus is 35 minutes away from me. Actually, 40. So imagine 40 minutes and I'm just sitting there I'm looking at someone snoring, no. So what I do in the bus is that I always carry a book and then I read that book. This is one of the books that I'm currently reading. So you see, so that is one of the tips that you can use to avoid wasting time. For example, in grade 12, I used to read all my languages inside the bus. I used to read a book that we were given in English or Chivenda, paper, is it paper 1? Yes. It's paper 1. I forgot which paper it is, but it was one of the languages. But I used to read all those books. And let me tell you, by the time I went to write my final examinations, I had read those books in and out. I could tell you, this is found in chapter what, I knew all those things because even after finishing that book, I would repeat it. And people would ask me, how do I balance all these things? I do not know how to balance them well. The only thing is that I am strategic enough. So when I am in the bus, I am actually, and that is what God revealed to me. He said, you spend a lot of time in the bus. Why not use that time to be studying as well? So I take my book, I'm reading. Some people are gossiping about teacher who. Me, I'm reading. I'm reading about the fair coat, Mrs. Bamji. You get what I mean? So even now in medical school, for example, in medical school, I don't like reading medical related books, but obviously I am a person besides medicine, besides the course that I'm studying. So I usually just choose to read productivity books or books that for Christians. Those are my favorite books. So those are the books the book I'm currently reading. This is like a book by Joyce Meyer. It's one of my favorite. It's like I'm almost done with it. And I'm reading it in the bus. I don't have time to I read it in the bus when I go and when I come back. So another thing is when it comes to your sleep, and I also want to talk about that because for those who are in my WhatsApp channel, I once shared tips about sleeping well and how to make sure that you sleep consistently and then you wake up each and every day on time. For example, it's not necessary for you to sleep 8 hours. Crucify me. But you can crucify me because Jesus was already crucified on the cross. On the cross. So leave me alone. But it is not necessary for you to sleep 8 hours. You can sleep 5 hours and still be functional. The main thing is that you are consistent in sleeping for those 5 hours. So I will drop a video about a sleeping routine. So if you want me to talk about a sleeping routine, please do comment down and say sleep routine Sis Londo. I will see that because also this video, it was also because you guys asked for it. So here I am delivering it. Okay. So another thing is breaks. For example, I don't study every day. I do not study on Sunday. Sundays are for church. Sundays are for me and my God. I have an appointment with God, a serious appointment. I have an appointment with my Father. So Sundays are for church. Sundays are for God. Sundays are for resetting and meal preps and making sure that on Monday, I'm ready to slingshot. You get what I'm saying? So please do have breaks. You cannot study 24/7. Hey, Batung, you're not ChatGPT. Even ChatGPT doesn't function 24/7. You only use ChatGPT once a day, twice a day. So please do not be a machine. Rest. I usually rest 2 days. So I rest on Sunday and I also rest on Fridays because on Fridays we have Bible study with the Golden Nation community. So those are the people that are my accountability partners as well. We are accountability partners. So if you also want that, remember to join the WhatsApp channel. Okay, so now we are actually, before we even go to now I'm sharing another tip that is going to be helpful in this. Your morning boost. The reason why I'm saying morning boost is that the way you wake up will also determine if you are ready to study. For example, my name is Londo. I no longer, in matric at least I used to do it. But now I no longer like studying in the morning because, oh my God, it's winter. And I don't like studying late at night because I have early morning classes. So the only time for me which is suitable for me to study is in the afternoon and in the early evenings. So you see how I introduced myself. I know what is the perfect time for me to study and I keep to that time. So please determine if you're a morning person, afternoon person, evening person. It's about you. It's about you. And do not let anyone, because they say, there's no perfect time to study. There is your perfect time to study. Mine is the afternoon, especially when the sun is shining, and late afternoon, not 1 o'clock. I 4 o'clock, that is my perfect time to study. And then I sometimes study with the other people at, let's say, like 8 o'clock. And then if I'm tired, then I just do my assignments instead. But my perfect time is in the afternoon, and I want you to go find your perfect time. So another thing is that your morning boost, the consistency in waking up, will also regulate what we call your circadian rhythm, which I will explain in another video when I talk about sleep. But it's very important for you to wake up at the same time each and every day, and make sure that when you wake up, you do a to-do list. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? This is a to-do list. So obviously there's a bunch of things that I use for studying. For example, this as well, my notebooks and my pens. And I'm going to be opening a shop where I sell all these things, because I realized that most shops don't have it. But look, this is my to-do list. Each and every morning when I wake up, I have to write my to-do list, and then I carry that paper to say, today, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to study Anapath. I'm supposed to study Chempath. I'm supposed to study physical sciences, mathematics. I want to complete Euclidean geometry. There's this theorem. It's on my to-do list. So I go on and just tick on my to-do list that I've done that. So it's very important for you to also write your to-do list in the morning, because it kind of broadens your day for you to see where you are going in life. You are not a headless chicken, my dear. So please make sure that you do have a to-do list. If you don't have one, you can take a piece of paper, or you can take a diary, like a simple diary, and write on a diary. Or you can just a simple paper like this, take a simple paper, write your to-do list. Okay, so another thing that is very important is that when you wake up, make sure that you have a quick stretch. Because imagine you study in the evening, you wake up and you don't stretch your body. Guys, stretch your body. Wake up and stretch your body. The reason why you do that is because it allows blood circulation to happen. So it more like prolongs your energy for the rest of the day. Even for people who love to study in the morning, I would advise that when you wake up, go and wash your face, go and stretch. Make sure that you stretch. Stretching doesn't even take 10 minutes, guys. You can just dedicate 10 minutes of the hours that you wake up, stretch, and then have your morning prayer. Because some of you wake up, and when you're trying to pray, you sleep, because you don't even stretch when you're waking up. You have to allow all that blood to flow. So I've given you all the tips, but now this is the ultimate study routine. Let me tell you, this is the ultimate study routine. When you, and getting now, you have decided what time is best for you to study, and in this case I'm going to use the time which is best for me to study, which for me is, I usually start studying at 1400, right? 1400 is like 2 p.m. So at 1400 it's going to late afternoon. Okay, so I usually start studying at 1400, and then I study up until 1800. So that is the time that I dedicate to study. You get it? And then sometimes, because I host study sessions for you guys, because I know you guys are usually at school at this time, I usually also host another study session from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. But usually this time, because I'm usually tired, I will be like doing my assignments. So it's basically not deep studying. There's a difference between doing your assignment and doing a deep study. Okay? So at 14 to 16, that is my standard time. That is my standard time for me to be doing what? To be deep studying. Understand my words. Deep studying. It means that I switch off my phone. I switch off my Wi-Fi. I only use my tablet when I'm studying. I make sure that all distractions are muted. I find a quiet space to study. I am in a single room now, so at least I don't have a roommate who's going to disturb me when I'm studying, so I only have to think about myself. But if I'm going to the library, I'm just going to find the most quietest place I can find, especially a place where I won't see people coming around, because I hate it. I hate seeing people coming around, and I'm glad that at my university they like now have private areas where you can study. I don't like seeing people come down, because it's going to make me drive my attention to you when you come in, because I'll be looking at, oh my god, look at that person, that girl is so beautiful, she looks like the girl who subscribed on my YouTube channel. That guy dresses well, he looks like the guy who subscribed on my YouTube channel. But anyways, so I am going to get into deep studying. My phone is switched off, and then what am I going to do to start studying? I'm going to start with Goliath. I am David. I'm going to start with Goliath. For me, Goliath is the most difficult subject that you have. For example, in matric, the most difficult subject that I had was mathematics. So I would make sure when I start my study routine, I start with mathematics. Right now, when I start studying, I start with ChemPath, not because it's most difficult, but it's because nothing is difficult now in medical school, because I'm really a theory person. You get what I'm saying? But you start with Goliath. Goliath deserves a slingshot. Slingshot is when you have the most energy. So give Goliath a slingshot and slingshot Goliath. And remember, you are a human being. You are not ChatGPT. So you make sure that when you study, study, let me say, sessions of 45 minutes. And then you take a 15 minutes break. When you take a 15 minutes break, I'm not saying you must go to TikTok and be scrolling on TikTok. No, relax your head. A break should be a break. Make sure you are doing nothing. Just sit there. And then pray a bit. Dear Lord, I thank you, Lord, for my study session. I thank you, Lord, that you've given me a beautiful study session, each and everything that I'm studying. Yeah. Or listen to your favorite gospel song. Who is like you, oh Lord, in the shadow of your wings? You get the point, ne? So that is how you do deep studying. 45 minutes straight of studying, 15 minutes of what? Of taking a break. And then the next thing that you're going to do is that, guys, here's one tip that I'm going to give you about food. Ne? You cannot eat pap 30 minutes before you study and expect to be functional. So please make sure you eat light meals. For example, I do not eat before I study. I usually eat after I'm done studying, because I know that my body automatically goes to relax mode after I've eaten. After all, I'm full. I'm like, you see? So make sure that you eat light meals. For example, if you're eating lunch, make sure that you do not eat the entire pap. Just eat something that is going to sit in your stomach and it is going to be okay. So the other thing that I'm going to advise you is, when you feel as if you're tired, and let's say you do 3 sessions, you do 45 minutes, 3 sessions, okay? So you have done 3 hours of deep studying there. So you're left with 1 hour. That 1 hour, you are basically getting into tired mode. When you feel as if you're now getting tired and studying is starting to be like boring, that is when you put on your music, gospel music. There are amazing gospel artists up there. I should recommend some good ones to you. But you put on some gospel music and you start doing question papers. You go for your question papers. You do as many as you can. And you try to get yourself in there. You enjoy. And for you to be able to enjoy, it's when you tell yourself that for that 4 hours only, 4 hours out of 24 hours, I am going to study, and that is the only thing I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be studying and scrolling on TikTok. I'm not going to be studying and answering WhatsApp messages. You get me? With all that said, the final tip that I would love to give you is that you must sleep. You must sleep. Life is too beautiful, man, for you to kill yourself because of academics. You want to murder yourself by sleeping only 30 minutes a day? What kind of human being are you? Are you Batman? Are you a bat? Are you Batman? Don't let academics steal your joy. You have to have a rested mind, especially when you're going to write exams. So from myself to you, my name is Sis Londo. Please do make sure that you follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and also follow Golden Nation Airlight. That is our accountability study group, a community of believers who strengthen each other to make sure that we produce the best results ever. I hope this was sufficient for you. With all that said, bye.